Thanks for joining. So this is a game I used to play on the iPad like 8 years ago. I don't remember why I had stopped playing, but recently discovered it's available on desktop. So I started playing on the desktop. So this is basically where I'm at about 100 hours. So first 100 hours, this is where I'm at. I decided to go right off the start from like industrial, getting as much money as I can just to see if it would work, and it kind of did actually. So I was able to build all of these very quickly, reach level 28 also very quickly. Um, so this is where I am. So basically, these are just money that you can grab every time you build one of these. Then it takes a while, gives you the amount of time. For example, let's click this one here. It's going to take 24 minutes. In 24 minutes, it's going to give me $45. And it brings the happiness to 540. Happiness is basically the amount of people you can have in your city. Of course, I'm going to give you all the details I can right now as a newbie. I'm not a professional at this. This is like, I'm a newbie playing this game. I'm enjoying it. It takes a long time though, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm just going to give you the details I can. There's currently a big event happening right now. I think this is pre-programmed into the game. When you start, you end up with this big event that you can play. So currently, there's only 2 hours left, 2.5 hours. So this event, it's nearly impossible. If I can say like this, like I've been playing this little big event. You start here, then you gotta grab all the stuff, you gather all that, you get this reward, and then you keep progressing and progressing and progressing. And I'm at this stage right now. You have to accumulate 6 friends, and once you do that, you get this other thing right here, this rewards. It's almost impossible. I've got 2 hours left. I've been playing a lot in the last 10 days this game, and there's like hardly any chance at all that I'm going to get this big reward at the end. Like, it's not possible. There's no chance. If it happens during this video, great, but I don't think so. I don't think there's no chance at all to get it. So anyway, I've given up. This is not happening. So let's move on. So right now, the whole point of the game is you build these little buildings, which gives you happiness, which gives you the amount of people you can have in your city. Currently, you can have up to 18,875. I'm currently at 18,040. Once I reach the maximum, I won't be able to get more unless I build more of these entertainment buildings. So these entertainment buildings can be found in the shop. Now let's see where I'm at so far. So I've got all these entertainment buildings. Yes, there's duplicates, and the reason behind that is because I wanted to have as many as possible to increase the population as fast as possible. Because if you don't have population, you can't build these factories. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to build factories as quickly as possible, so I did need to have population as fast as possible as well. So when you do have the entertainment buildings and you need to increase your population, this goes with housing. So for example, this house here will give me 130 every 6 hours. So 130, so then this one here, for example, if I click on it, it's going to give me 25. Perfect. I'm almost at the maximum. I've only got 810 left. So I click this one and then click this. There you go. I find this one a little annoying. I only built it because I got points for it. But clicking this every 20 seconds to get $2 every 20 seconds, I'm not doing it. It's really annoying. So I got all these things here. I know I'm talking all over the place right now, but it's just to give you an idea of where I'm at so far. It's not like basically how to get there. It's where I'm at. So I've got all these entertainment buildings. I've got these homes here that are giving me my population. I've got the terminal. You need to buy land to reach this terminal, and once you reach the terminal, you need to upgrade. Once you click on it, you get, for example, here, I need to upgrade to get these, but I'm currently at this one here. So every time I send it out, every hour, I'm going to get $800. You need 18 population to send them out, but every hour you get 800 bucks. And while you're doing that, when it comes back, there's a chance that you're going to get some of these. These are very common. You get these once in a while, but you can't really do much with it unless you update the other buildings. So I'm just going to send those out and send this other one, send this other one as well. This is a bit annoying, but you gotta click this little thing, and sometimes it's a fire, so you gotta click on that. And then you've got this other building here. It's a research center, and the research center, you can build these things here once you have enough resources. And by doing that, you can go here, and once you have enough, you can build these things. These things can be put into the building. And the way it works, you can have it here, and for example, you can click here, and you can insert a birth rate. So by clicking that, it's going to increase birth rate by 7%. But to do that, it's going to cost you 6,000 coins. Not sure I want to do that right now. I'm going to wait to have bigger buildings that give me a lot more population. For example, this one here gives me 130, but there are others that can give me more. So I'm going to wait till I get the others in order to use up the birth rate modules. So right now I've got all these things happening. Just to give you an example, this is the admin building. This is how many buildings you can build. I'm at 64 of 72. If I want more, I need to upgrade. To upgrade will cost me 56,000 coins. Don't really need to do that right now, so I'm not going to do that. Right now, the warehouse, I can only have 26, and I've got 24 of 26. So you go to the warehouse, and you can sell some. So I've got some muffins. I find those are really good because they increase the revenue quite quickly. You need fruit and flour to make the muffin. Mangoes is what you get from your terminal when you send your people on trips. They come back, they can bring back some mangoes once in a while. So a great example here, I've got a muffin. So this confectionery plant, you can build muffins or you can build other things, but right now I'm going to use up the mango. So you can have the mango, it costs you 200 bucks to make the mango, or fruitcake in this case, but you get back 1640. So yes, there's a cost to make it, but you're getting back 1640. So I'm just going to do that, and it's every 5 minutes. So do that. And right now I'm just producing these packages because I get 600 bucks every 15 minutes. I could do this one here, and you end up with like $100-something every 2 minutes, but it's kind of annoying just to keep clicking, so I'd rather just do this one. Same thing with this one. I just want to basically get the factories running, producing stuff all the time, so that way you increase your revenue much faster. So just start us again. I can do this one here every 5 minutes, but I'd rather just do 15 minutes. So I can do that. The cheese, you need milk to get the cheese, but the cheese you get every 15 minutes, you end up getting a profit of about 1,100 bucks. So click on that, and then this other one here is your ranch, is where you can have your milk. So every 2 minutes, you're going to get some milk. And then these ones here, I'm getting my fruit. So I'm almost at the maximum right now. I can only put one more in there. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to just sell some. It's going to sell some random ones that I don't really need. There you go. It's going to keep these. This is going to be to build my cheese. These two to build my muffins. And this one's for the fruit cake. Actually, these two here is for the fruit cake. This one here is for the muffin. Do that. And then this oil one. I could do the 15-minute thing right now, or I can do 30 minutes. 15 minutes is usually the one I go with. And then again, this is what I talked about earlier. There's a fire. I've got to take out the fire. Let's click on it. And then I've got a little more population coming in. That's 55 bucks from this thing here. Actually, this one's 85. The 55 was this one here. So the tennis court. And then we've got this one here, the design office, where I'm not there yet. I haven't played around with this much. I can make this one here, but I'd rather just not do that yet. And then this one here is the college. This is what was used to train the drivers for the terminal. I do need to update to get the workers. So again, I'm not there yet. And then the Construction Institute is to train welders. I don't really have a need for that yet, but I wanted to get these purchased as fast as possible. So these are the farms. This is the first thing you build as a farm. I've updated as much as possible right now, but I'm gonna do another update because the next update I can have level 5, which is gonna be, I can make these right here. Then level 6, you can have these ones here, and level 7, you can have these ones here. So every level costs more money. Example, I could upgrade this one right now. It's going to cost $10,000. It's going to take 30 minutes. Usually I like to do the updates while I'm not playing the game. It's the best time to do it. That way you're not wasting, while you're playing the game, you're just producing, producing, producing. But when you're not playing the game, I like to do the upgrades. That way it's 30 minutes that I'm not in the game anyway, and it runs in the background. So you don't really have to be there. So here we go. So this one here, let's see what I need. So I've got my flour. I've got plenty of fruit, but I don't really have enough flour. In order to make the flour, it's done in the milling plant, but you need grain to make the flour. You get your grain from the farm. So right here, every 2 minutes you get some grain. So I like to have 4 of them running. There you go. So in 2 minutes, I'm going to get some grain. After I get some grain, I can use the grain here to get the flour. Once I have the flour, I can use it to have muffins. With fruits and flour, you get muffins. And then here's my milk that I was producing earlier, so you can produce another one. And then here I've got 4 milk. It's producing another one right now. If I end up having too much, let's say I've got 6 and I'm reaching my maximum here, I'll sell 2 milk. Or I'll sell, in this case I have too many fruits, so let's just sell that. So I'm going to get 2,800 coins. So that's gone, but I have 10 now that I can put in. Actually, let's sell this one. So there you go, I've got 11. So I've got plenty of space right now in the warehouse. Okay, so the power here is important. So this power means that all these little things walking around, you can click on them. Currently there's an event, 2 hours left in the event. If I've got 15 power. If I click this little, oops, I clicked the wrong one. Right, so this thing here, it cost me 1. So basically this B thing, if I go to the storage, I've got B right now, but if I want it, let's say this one here, I need 25 to exchange in order to get this thing here. I don't have enough, so I can't do that. So I won't be able to do that. But once I do get them, it's going to be available around here, and it's going to give me resources like this. So it's going to give me like overtime and all these resources that I can get. So this is what I've got so far. I've actually used quite a bit. Every time I can, I don't want to waste time. I use some of these as well. For example, if I wanted to increase my population by 200 right away, I can just use one of these. Population will go up by 200. If I want, actually that's an example here. So I've sent these out, terminal, and I want them to come back right away. I don't want to wait. Well, I've got 3 of these. I can use that. Click on it. This call will complete all activities or active trips on the terminal. So I can use that. Boom, that's done. That means I get to bring those home right away. Okay, I get to send them back. There you go. So I just got $2,000 right away, and I've got some resources as well. So there's another mango that came in, I believe, and then fruits, and then again I can do fruit again, or I can do muffins. The dough will require more milk trucks, and this one, cookies as well, will require more milk trucks. I just like doing the fruits because it's every 5 minutes. I get 1,400 bucks. So there you go. I got my grain right now. So the grain basically I can use to get the flour. So there you go. Again, I've got the grain. I can produce some flour. I got the milk, but I believe I have too much milk. Let's just sell one. So just sell. You can sell as many as you want. I'm just going to sell one, so I'm down to 4. I can sell this fruitcake. Gives me 1640, so that's sold. That's gone. There you go. I've got flour, but I've got some grain, so I'm currently producing some flour, but I believe I'm going to need more. So let's create more grain right here. So let's do that. So that's more grain. Okay, and let's see here. Let's produce more milk. So there you go. Milk is done. These little things here. It gets annoying after a while to collect these little coins. There's a way, there's one of them here to collect all the coins, I believe. I'm not sure if I have it. Forget which one it is. Um, yeah, there is one that you can have where you're collecting all your coin tax inspection. This one here. You can do that 40. Like I've got 40. It's quite a lot. I can just click that and it will collect all the coins automatically. But I'd rather keep those for when the city gets much larger. I don't see the point of using it now. But once the city gets much larger and you've got to click like 100 times because you've got like 100 of these little entertainment buildings, it will help to have these because I'd rather not click 100 times. So let's see what I can do here. So this toolbox would be used if I want to save an hour on a building construction or an upgrade. So let's say I'm upgrading a building. It's going to take 6 hours. I can use 6 of these to basically like complete the construction or upgrade right away. Or if it's 6 hours, I can use one of these because it's going to reduce it by 6 hours like right away. So you don't have to wait 6 hours. It's done right away. If it's 12 hours, you get to use 2 of these. That way you're done your 12 hours right away. This auction is pretty good if, like I've used this a bit because what I'm trying to do, for example, right here, these are the buildings that I started with. For example, this one, like these 6 buildings, I'm gonna keep and upgrade. All these other ones, I'm gonna end up selling once the new ones become available. Because the new ones, for example, this was I think one of the first ones, yeah, 140. So it's one of the first ones, 140 people or happiness. Well, if you look at the pizza one, it gives me 950. So what I've done in some of these, because I used to have a lot of donuts, I got rid of all the donuts and upgraded to a lot of these. And now instead of upgrading all to pizzas, which is what I was going to do, I've decided I'm going to wait because I'm at 28 right now. And at 29, if you go to the shop here and you go to entertainments, at 29, I have access to the basketball court, which will give me 1250. Right, so it gives you 1250 population, so our citizens' happiness. So by doing that, I'll be able to reduce all of these, get rid of all of these, and it's a 2-for-1 basically. So I'll be able to get rid of 2 to build 1 basketball, get rid of 2, build 1 basketball, and 2. So basically, I'm getting rid of 6 buildings, replacing them with 3. So there's less buildings, and also right here, I don't need to upgrade as quickly because it's going to reduce this by 6, increase it by 3. So I'm basically getting less buildings, the same amount of happiness. So as I grow, I'm going to keep doing that. Might not be the best way to do it, but that's how I'm doing it because I want to increase the happiness or the amount of population as quickly as possible to make sure that I can build as many industrial buildings as I can as quickly as possible. So right now I've collected all my grain and I can turn the grain into flour. So that's what we're going to do now. And then I can go back to the warehouse and look at that. So I've got lots of grain, lots of flour, lots of fruit. But what I like to do at this point is just run it again to get a lot of more fruits. If I end up getting too many, that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to sell them. So there you go. So that's done. Okay, so let's go back to the shop. Actually, I was showing you the storage. Okay, so in the storage, you have access to all of these things. You can store some of your buildings in here, which I don't really see the point to do, to be honest. Maybe when it's time to clean up the area, maybe it's going to be beneficial, but right now I'm not seeing the point. Same thing with this, the houses and all that. I don't see the point of doing that. So all these things here. So time certificate, basically you can reduce the construction or upgrade by 20 minutes only. So I've got 30 of those. Auction is the one I was talking about where I can use this to get back 33% of the cost of the building I already had. When I reduce all of them, I'm going to be using a lot of these because I'm going to get at least a lot of my costs back. Also, like this one I already mentioned, you can increase your population by 200 right away. This one here, you reduce the next purchase of your land by 50%. I'm not sure if it's going to work, to be honest, because I had one at 25%. I clicked on it and it did not reduce the price by 25%. So kind of a scam. So hopefully this one works. This one here, you can return one trip from the terminal instead of all trips. It just returns one at a time. I've got 6 of those. To return all of them, I've got 2 left. The overtime is pretty interesting. Um, let's say it takes 6 hours to make a certain product and it's going to give you a very large amount of money. You can do that and run all of them. So what I normally try to do if I'm looking for money right away, I'm going to run the maximum on all my manufacturing plants, the ones that are going to give me the most money, and then I'm going to use this to either end the contract to get the most money right away, or I'm going to use this crash effort. So I'm going to start all the factories at the maximum amount you can like get the biggest amount of money. I'm going to use one of these crash efforts and it's going to end all the contracts all at once. That way you get all your money all at once. I have 3 of them right now. So that's good. The big hammer is very, very rare. I only have one. I've been playing for what, 100 hours right now, and I only got one. So yeah, let's instantly complete construction of all the buildings. So this would be beneficial if you're going to build, like, you've got a big amount of money, you're going to build like, I don't know, 10 buildings all at once or 10 upgrades all at once. Actually, it's construction upgrades. So there you go. You're building 10 new construction and you want all 10 to finish at once. You'll start your 10 construction, then click this, it's going to end them all at once, so you don't have to wait. It's really rare, so I'm going to wait later on in the game once I can actually afford to build that many construction all at once. This one here, 15% discount on your next building. Haven't tried that yet, not sure if it's going to work. This one here will demolish a building at free because there's a cost to demolish a building if you're not using the 33% to reduce, like to save money. It costs you money to actually destroy one of the buildings. This one I touched base on it before. It's just to collect all the taxes right away. This one is very useful. If you're going to buy a new region and you want the region to finish right away instead of waiting like I think 6 hours or something like that for your purchase to finish, it finishes right away. So this one's very useful. I've used it. This one, to be honest, I don't know what it's for. I'm too new in the game. I have no idea, so I haven't used any of them. These things here are basically the modules that you're inputting into your building. This one I have used to increase the happiness by 20%. I have used it in a couple of the buildings. So that's good. And then this stuff here is all, I'm not going to go through all of this, but this is all the stuff that you need to get more, basically. For the pump, I'll give you an example. The pump here is only used, as far as I know, for this. To access the quarry, you need to be able to have pumps. I think it uses like 7 of them or something like that. But you can't, there's no point using it unless you've got the truck to go get the stuff from here. So I used it once and I didn't have the truck, so it was complete waste. There's a garage here, and these are trucks you can get. I don't have any of the dump trucks, so for me to use a pump to open the quarry is absolutely useless because I don't have a truck to go get the stuff from the quarry anyway. So right now, like a lesson learned, not going to do that again. I'm going to wait till I do have some trucks in order to go get the stuff. I'm not there yet. So these are all the trucks you can get. This is the first one you buy, And then later on, you've got the milk truck, the wood truck, fuel, dump truck, and then the armored. So I can build all of them, and I can build up to 36 right now. But at 75K, that's a lot. So let's wait. I'm not there yet. I don't really have a need for it yet. So maybe later on. So there you go. So there's a fire. The fire doesn't destroy your building. I thought maybe like the fire, if you don't take care of it right away, it's going to destroy your building. It doesn't do that. It's basically once you like stop a fire from happening, it helps you. I think is it this one? No, it's not. There's one of them where the more fires you take out, you achieve some. You have some achievements. I think these things here, and then the more fires you take out, then you build these achievements right there. Actually, perfect example. Fire tamer. Once you've eliminated 1,500 fires, then you end up with the bonus. So I'm at the last one now because I've been taking care of my fires. Once I reach the 1,500, it's going to give me 15,000 coins just for doing that. So it's just achievements you can get throughout the game. I've accumulated quite a bit in the first 100 hours. So it's going to be world-class rescue and all that kind of stuff. These are the things you can do. It helps you with achievements. I've always kept on top of things, so I'm going to reach the maximum very soon. The warehouse to upgrade to level 7, then you achieve the next one, and so on. One thing I didn't even know when I started is you can have all these achievements, but at the very end here, at the very bottom, you achieve these, right? As soon as I'm almost at 300 right now, but this is the first one, the second, third, and so on. But I didn't even know this existed, so I didn't even get to click until I had already all four. I noticed this thing was here, and I'd like, oh my god, I can click on these, and it gave me a bunch of resources to use. So it's kind of nice. For example, once I reach 300, I'll get these resources. So you get 15 of those dollars, and you get all these little extra resources. You get 10 of these to finish your contracts faster. You get 3 of those. Like you get all these resources, right? So you definitely keep an eye on these things here once you start achieving your achievements. So you do that. So yeah, very good to know. This little thing here that pops up, click on it, and it's going to give you these resources. So of course you want to take all of them. So take the reward. The next one's in 1 hour and 17 minutes. So I'm going to wait an hour and 17 minutes. The timer runs in the background. You don't have to actively play the game. This is one feature that I love. You don't have to actually be in the game for all these things to happen. You can come back in an hour, and all of this thing is going to be done. So I do that once in a while. I actually do that quite often. So I start stuff. Let's say I'm going to go watch a movie or something. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to be watching a movie. So let me start a contract for the next 2 hours. So instead of running this one here for 600, I'm going to run this one for 1200 for the next 2 hours. I get to come back in 2 hours, and the contract is done. I get to collect my money. So you don't actually have to be in the game to play, which is good. Again, I'm going to produce more cheese here. I could upgrade the building to be able to produce this cottage cheese, which would be beneficial, to be honest, because if I do that, it's going to cost me 65,000 to upgrade. It's going to take 4 hours to upgrade, and then I'll be able to produce cottage cheese. Right now, I've got enough resources to do that. Actually, let's do that now, just to give you an example. So I'm just going to finish these up here. So let's do that one again for another 15 minutes. That one again for another 15. See, my warehouse is full. I want to put stuff in. It says I need to upgrade the warehouse because it's full right now. So I can't even put this one here. It's going to go do a little bit of a cleanup. So actually, I don't want to get rid of the package, so I'm going to need it for cottage cheese. So sell that, sell the paint, sell this one here. That way I can put this one in and then start another one. So use the other mango. I can sell the fruit again, so that's gone. And tame my fire, and then there you go. And then collect my money, do all that kind of stuff here. Okay, so let's show you how it works. So basically I want to upgrade this. It's going to cost me 65,000, but I get to produce cottage cheese. The reason I want to do that is I'm at a stage where that's the building, that's the size of the city that I have right now. My goal at this time is to upgrade everything as much as possible. This one here, for example, completely upgraded to number 5. Like, I can't upgrade anymore. It's at the maximum. This one here, same thing. They're all completely upgraded. So I'm at this point where I want to upgrade as much as possible. This one here still have one. It's going to cost 190,000. So that's the goal I want to have right now, is just to upgrade as much as possible. So right now, just to show you the example, I'm going to upgrade this one, because once I produce cottage cheese, I get a bonus for 2,500 bucks. Right? I get to produce 2 of them, but I get a bonus for 2,500 by making 2 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. I'm going to upgrade. It's going to cost me 65,000. So there you go. There's 4 hours. I got to wait 4 hours for this one to finish. But as I mentioned before, I do have resources available. So I can use some of these resources. So example, I can use either 4 of these, or I can just use 1 of these, which is going to save 6 hours. It's 4 hours. I'd rather just use 1 of these. So I'm going to use that, and I get to pick whatever building is currently being upgraded. There's only one, so I get to click here, and then click this bottom thing here, and it's done. There you go, completely done. I get to make my little cottage cheese right now. So I get to do cottage cheese. It's going to be half an hour. So I could go here and do the overtime. Actually, just to give you an example, I'm going to do that right now. So do that, and I'm going to finish this one right away. There you go, it's done. So I got to do another one, and I don't have the packaging for it. So this one here, so that's the packaging. I mean, it's a waste of resources, but just to show you how it works, I'm going to do that right now. So overtime, I'm going to end the packaging right away. So there you go, I've got my packaging, and I go here, and I can do another cottage cheese. So I'm going to do another one. There you go. And again, just to show you, I'm going to use one more overtime, and I'm just going to finish this. Okay, perfect. So now I've got them all. All the cottage cheese is made, and I guess this little thing here, and click on it, and then there you go. You get $2,500, and you get to build the next thing. So the next thing will be, I believe, butter. Well, I'm going to have to upgrade the building again if I want to make this. I'm not going to do that right now, but eventually you get the point. This is what I'm going to do next. I'll be able to upgrade to the next level, which is going to cost me 110,000. I'll get to build these things here, but right now it's requiring butter. Once I do the butter, it's going to give me 3,000. It basically gives you stuff like that for you to do, and it gives you all those bonuses. So I definitely recommend, as much as possible, doing these things. That way you get as many bonuses as possible. You get to advance much faster. As you can see here, I have over $1 million. As a newbie, that's pretty good, I think. Just because I went industrial route as much as possible just to build these things. So this little one here wants me to build a table. Well, in order to build a table, I need to have a plywood. Let's see here. Table is, I need to have a plywood and 2 wood planks in order to make a table. The table is going to give me $5,000, but building this one here is going to take 3 hours, and this one's 5 minutes each. So because I've got 24 hours to do that, I'm going to run this one tonight, overnight. Wake up tomorrow morning, the plywood is ready to go, and then I get to build the table. So that's going to work. So these things here, as we're talking, it's basically running itself. And we've got that done. And this little power here keeps going up every 3 minutes by 1. And let's see, because right now this promotion is going to finish in 1 hour and 48 minutes. And I want this thing. It's going to cost me 15. I've got 22 right now. It's going to cost me 15 to get one of these. So I'm going to go, yes, I want it. And then I go to my storage. And under this tab here, you get a little pinata. So you get to click on it. And you get the chance to get one of these things or a couple of these things here as your rewards. So you click open, and I'm going to end up getting this stuff here. So I'm going to take my treasure. There you go. I've got my treasure. And then I'm down to 7, so I need to wait again for 15. Or I can just use the singles and just grab all of these as much as possible. And then one more. These are all the resources, and then you go back here, and at the end, see for example, this one here, I've got 22. And during the promotion, like I said, I think this promotion is pre-programmed in the game. Once you're a newbie, you get to start. After a while, you get this little promotion that says for 10 days, you're going to have like this big event. It mentioned 2016 at some point, so yes, I think it's pre-programmed in the game. So every person starting the game will get this event. So you'll get a chance to get a lot of resources. During the 10 days, what I recommend, what I've done is play as much as possible. That way you get to gather as many resources as possible during this 10 days. That way you're just at a good level once it's over. So I still need 3 of these in the next hour and 46 minutes to be able to get another pinata using exchanging these for one of the other pinatas. That way you get more resources. These things here is to send gifts to other people. So what I'm going to do is you need 7 to send one. So you're basically sending a piñata to somebody else, one of your friends. I've got enough to send 2. So what I'm going to do is send them to some friends. Just going to see here how many friends I've got. See, I'm not going to get. There's a chance, but it's doubtful I'm going to do that. So there you go. So go here, and then down here you've got your friends. If your friends send you gifts, it's a little gift here. I have received some, which is great. That's how I was able to get to the next level here. But right now, these are your friends. These are the people I'm friends with here. It's not really conversations, but these are all the friends I've gathered on here. The one that has helped me a lot is this one right here. If you're watching, you've helped me a lot. So in an exchange, I've helped this person quite a lot. So you click on that, and you get to send that person a gift. So during the promotion, I've been sending quite a few of those. So when the person receives this, they get to click on it and get a bunch of resources. So I've been able to send this person quite a lot. So I'm going to send that person this, and I've had enough for 2, so I'm going to send that person another one. So there you go. So I send this person 2, so when I go back here, those resources are gone. So I don't get to send it to other people. I need to gather more. So for example, click here. I find this kind of useless unless you reach the other level. I think this one here, once you reach this level, you need a lot of those, but I don't think I'm going to reach it within the next under 2 hours, so it's kind of useless. Anyway, so that's done. So your friend got some free gifts, and then this person sometimes, well, actually, this person has been sending me quite a lot, so there's a chance I get a gift again. So there you go, fruits, that's gone. See, I don't have enough mangoes anymore, so I can't make any more fruit cakes, but if I scroll here, I've got more than enough to do muffins or dough. Dough is going to take 30 minutes to get about, let's say, 1,400 coins, but in this one here, in 10 minutes, I'm going to get about 1,300. So I'd rather do that. So I've been producing quite a lot of muffins because I find it's a very easy resource to bake. I can gather a bunch of fruits, a bunch of flour, and just make muffins and keep making muffins all the time. Muffins and also cheese. See, for example, right now, cheese and muffins, I find those very, very easy to make, and they provide quite a lot of profit. So there you go, make some more milk, and I get to sell this. I get to sell my 2 cottage cheese from earlier. And there you go. So I get to make more flour because I've got some grain. So I'm going to go back to this thing here, make more flour, and gather all my resources here. Go back to my warehouse. So I've got 10, and I don't have a lot of this, so I'm going to be producing more grains. So go here, produce more grains. There you go. That's done. There you go. So I've got all the factories here. This one here is going to cost a lot to upgrade. I'm at the last one though, but to upgrade it will cost $660,000. Like 660,000 coins just to make this last upgrade. I've got enough money to do it, but I don't really see a point to do it because simply if I go here and by upgrading, it gives me, for example, this, right? Bed and nightstand. Well, there's no point right now anyway because I need varnish to make this anyway. In order to get varnish, it's in this thing here, but I need to upgrade this one as well to get my varnish. Not there yet. So I'm going to keep doing that, but right now, like I said, the goal for me anyway is to upgrade this to the maximum that I possibly can. So upgrading I think the farm, I think there's one more upgrade I need to do. It's going to be half an hour, so I'm going to do that in a bit. So while I go away from the game, I'm going to start the upgrades. When I come back, the upgrades are going to be completed. Um, and then the next shop I'm going to build, so I'm going to go to my shops here. So obviously once I reach 29, I'm going to build these basketball courts. But right now, these resources, start with farm, milling, all these things, right? So you can build paper, I've got all of that. I've got the dairy factory, the sawmill, the textile, furniture. I've got the oil refinery. Next one is the toy factory. In order to make this, I need the minimum population of 16,300, and also electricity is a very, very big part. So electricity, you need 280 just to run this one building, and then you get to build a food plant as well. You need to be at level 28. I'm currently there right now, so I can build this one as well. The thing is though, once you build this one, which requires 16,300, the next one is going to require a lot more population. It's not going to be 16,300. It's going to be a lot more. I may not have enough. Um, I may not have enough of the entertainment buildings in order to have enough population to build the food plant. Or I can say I don't want the toy factory. I want to build the food plant right away. So then I'm good. Then I can build the food plant right away. Really depends which one I want, right? So we'll see what happens here. And then it goes to the next ones that you can get. So for example, the mine is the one I'm looking forward to. I need to be at level 32. I'm only at level 28. So, but by the time I build this, unless I don't build the toy factory and I don't build the food plant and I want to wait for this, then I'll be fine with population and hydro or electricity, but I won't have the other two factories. So plus it's going to cost 280,000 just to build one of these. And I'm going to need 3 to 5 of the dump trucks, which I have 0 right now. They're $75,000 each. So for example, if you want to build just this one here, sure, you're building this one for 280,000, but you need 3 of these trucks at 75,000 each. So it's going to cost like, close to, what is it, 600,000, something like that, just to be able to get started with this one. So I'm not there yet. So these other things here, I ended up getting enough of these rings, these 5 rings, to build the golf clubs. So it helped me get this much population, so that was great. And then for the hydro, I was lucky enough to get 55 times 2. So I've got 2 of these buildings. So for electricity, I'm doing pretty good. So if I go here, get a little more fires to take out, do that, more flour, and this one here. Just keep basically running them as much as possible, as fast as possible, to get as much money as you can while you're playing the game. That's what I found works really well for me. Get rid of these as much as possible to make sure your warehouse is empty. Just upgrading the warehouse is so expensive. Like right now, it would cost 300,000 for the next upgrade. I do have the money, but I want to use the money for something else, and I'd like to stay above $1 million as much as possible, to keep $1 million as a buffer. And then these resources here. So there you go. So I've got my grains. So I get to restart this. Fruits. There you go. Fruits and more fruits. And I will have too many fruits, so I'm just going to end up selling some of these. Let's sell four. That way the warehouse is doing pretty good, and when these come in, I'm doing pretty good too. This is the Dolphin golf course thing. Gives me 300. I ended up putting a happiness module in it, so that it's 1375, and it gives me 300. It's upgraded completely, so I can't really do much more with it. There you go. More population here. Increases here. So there you go. I'm almost at 18,000. I'm almost at the maximum, so I definitely need to think about the next entertainment building before I reach the maximum. So that's the thing. So you need to make sure that you always have enough entertainment buildings to cover the population coming in. So that means you always have to need to the admin building. You always need to be able to build more, right? So if you need to upgrade, then you do your upgrade, but you need to have as much resources as possible in advance in order to grow as fast as possible. These things here, these are the hydro things that I was able to build two of, and then I've got a bunch of these. Well, these things can still be upgraded, right? I can upgrade this for 11. I've got 11 right now. It's going to increase the hydro by 144. Don't really have a need for it right now. Plus, I would rather hold on until I get 55 more of these. That way, with 55, I could just get one more of these buildings. But in terms of hydro or electricity, I'm doing pretty good. I need 3,000, but I'm at 4,450 like available. So I still have quite a bit available. So I don't really have a need for it right now. And before I buy another building for hydro, instead of these power plants here, these what is it called, wind farms, instead of building one more of those, I'll upgrade all of them first. So that would be the goal, is to upgrade every single one of these first before making another one. That way it's not going to count as an extra building because I'm building another one, and I just get to upgrade them, right? This one, 6,000, upgrades it by 23. This one's already been upgraded, so the next one is 9,000. And then, for example, you can upgrade it up to 6 times. So I'm going to upgrade all of this before building another one, unless I get $55 at the top to build another one like that, then I will use that resource to build another one. I've noticed also the hydro doesn't need a road, so you get to put them anywhere you want. Everything else you do need to have your road, but the hydro you don't need to. That's why there's no roads right here. They're just basically put anywhere. And then this again. As you can tell, like some of the stuff goes very, very quickly. I realize this video is a bit long, but this is just the first video. The other videos are going to take a lot less time. They're going to be shorter. This is just because it's the first one. So this is where I'm at so far. This is the Big Business Deluxe game. Look it up on Google, download it. It's free. It's free to download. You get to use some of these resources if you want to. I do not do that. For example, here you get to purchase items, right? You get to purchase some of these dollars, but you do get them as you're playing. I don't feel the need to buy them. For example, you can do that. You can spend $8.99, and then you'll end up with 210 of those city credits. But then that's you using real money to do that. You can if you want to. I chose not to. So I chose just to play the game free. I just get to run this for free. Yes, it takes longer, but I think I'm doing pretty good for the first 100 hours. Considering all the resources I've gathered, I think I'm doing pretty good. I guess the last thing I can mention here, because I've gone through the shops, all the stuff you can build, the homes, the factories, the entertainment, the hydro, and all these little resources you can build and buy and all that kind of stuff. And this is if you wanted to build a road, you can do that. And this is all the storage stuff. So entertainment, if you want to store a building inside here, I don't see the point of doing that. Maybe down the road I'll learn that it's a benefit to do that, but I don't see the point right now. These are all the resources that you get to use. I have used quite a lot of these to advance faster because at the end of the day, for example, 6 hours is great. It's a time saver. You don't need to save them up. You get to use them because these resources are going to become available again and again. So yes, I have a lot because of this event that's going on right now. I've been gathering quite a bit, but I use them as needed just because they're there to use, and more of those resources are coming. Same thing with these. These are all used for upgrades and stuff, so those are going to be used as much as possible because more of them are coming. So these things here, see these things are the modules I build. More are coming, so I'm going to be using them. Um, on the side here is mostly stuff that you get to purchase with real money, is what I found. Like for example, this thing here, you get to buy. Well, you get to buy it with real money. I don't see the point of doing that. Um, Maybe down the road, I feel like I don't want to do that. See, $44 is real money. I don't want to do that. Yes, you get all these resources, but no, it's not for me. You can if you want to, though. Each his own. So earlier during this video, actually, I sent out gifts to one of my friends on here. Well, look at that. This person sent me gifts back. So I get to take the gift and take this one. And there you go. So I took two gifts. I go to my storage. I go right here. And I've got two pinatas. I get to use the pinatas. And these are resources I can potentially get. So I open it up. And this is what I'm getting from this one. So I take my treasure. Perfect. I get to go to the other one. And I take that and I open it. I get one of these. Boom. That's done. Perfect. So I get resources for free because of the big event that's going on right now. If it wasn't for the big events, it wouldn't be happening, but these little things are pretty good. Click on that, click here, and click there. Now I'm at 0, so I need to wait, but then I've got these resources, right? So I get to go here. 24, I'm missing one in order to exchange it for one of these tiger things, pinatas. So I'm just missing one. So for sure I'll get it within the next hour and a half. But then that's a whole example of like you sending gifts to your friends. Friends are sending you gifts back if they're good ones. Because like all the friends I've got, all these friends I made here, none of them have sent me any gifts except for this one here. So we've been helping each other out. There you go. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. So this is where I'm at so far. This is about 100 hours of working. Key thing that I learned is gather as much resources as possible. Your hydro is very important, so build as many hydro plants as possible if you want to basically grow faster, because all the buildings you're building need hydro. Your farms and all your factories, if you want to build those, you need population as much as possible. So build as many entertainment buildings as quickly as possible, because if you don't have enough population, you can't build the factories. So that's what I learned as well. So this is the first 100 hours. So thanks a lot for watching. So I know it's a big, long video. I don't think a lot of you will reach the end, but the next videos will be much shorter. It's simply going to be updates as to where I'm at that time. It's not going to be daily videos. It's just going to be once in a while when I do have an update. So I'm open to suggestions. If some people have suggestions on how to do better in the game, make a comment in the comment field below. And let's all try this game and see how well we can do and go from there. All right, well, again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.